If you are a candidate who love helping others, this job would be rightly suiting for you, because in this video we are going to discuss about Help Desk Analyst and how they are being paid. Welcome back to Freshers Know channel, and today's video is all about these IT professionals who are acing up their organizations, leveling their careers in being into the role of an help desk analyst. So these are also considered as service analysts or service-based helpers in a particular organization or companies. So if you are interested into getting into this role, consider yourself acing up with these skills and also considering various other certifications, plus alongside with your degrees, whatever you have done. Along with that, you should also have hands-on practical experience in getting into this role. With that note, we would be first heading over to what does this person actually do, or what is this person is. So with the definition heading over, who is this help desk analyst? So he or she is considered to be an IT professional who would be tasked up with multiple works, providing help to the customers of a particular organization or a company. So in regards to this, they would be on a technical support team for any IT related matters which regards to computer hardware, applications, networks and operating systems. So as mentioned here, they would be considering themselves into working IT multitask, where they will be providing their customers of the organization the help that is required, showcasing their profile not on an individual basis, but they would be showcasing themselves to the organization's perspective and objectifying what the organization or the company is about. So with that note, you can consider these skills which are essential to ace the level of a help desk analyst. So what are they? Being in the supporting team, phone support, you should be able to handle calls, multiple calls, able to serve the customers on a good regard, plus having a positive attitude towards them. You should be beneficial to the company in knowing the company's objectives, goals and how the company is regulating. You should be well aware as to how the organization is well versed with all of the works and also the duties that they are implementing too. System administration, you should know how well the organization is working with, so that you can tell the customer or any client who is in a doubt or asking for a query regarding the organization. Windows Server, Microsoft Active Directory, Help Desk or Desk Support Tier 2, System Troubleshooting, Information Technology, giving IT support. So all of these are considered to the basic foundational core levels, where he or she, before stepping into a help desk analyst, you should make sure that you are analyzing the role and also being into that role by understanding the objectives of an organization. Unless and until you will not be understanding the administrative part, you won't be able to deliver it on a good end. So what does this person actually do? You can consider these are some of the works or these are some of the responsibilities that they have been assigned with. Apart from understanding what are the objectives of a company or working of the organization, the process and the administration of how a particular organization works, the role of a help desk analyst would be assisting the companies with their IT customer support. So that is going to be the main duty, and within this role they should be diagnosing and resolving hardware and software problems that are being associated with all the other works, and then which would be also having simultaneous resolving issues which they have to be coming up with as quickly as possible. They are also required to support all of the relevant applications and software which is used inside their businesses. So in order to elevate the business's pitch and also the levels of the businesses, they should be able to understand how the working is taking place, so that they would be effectively and also bringing a productive outlook for the company. So here are some of the things that you can consider in order to become one. If you are looking to step into this career of a help desk analyst, you can consider yourself getting into internship opportunities, getting into open source project, starting as a beginner, or even if you're in a mid-level career of a help desk analyst, you can consider these and level up into a professional level. So some of them are being familiar with computer related issues such as hardware, software, operating systems, networks, programming languages and many more. Knowing of the administrative part, you should also be well aware as to how you are programming with it and how you are administering with it and delivering it to a point where it is giving a positive attribute to the customer or the client. You should also be able to communicate very clearly. Communication skills or the interpersonal skills are considered to be the most important and the prioritized responsibility of a help desk analyst. Unless and until you are not able to communicate clearly, the client or the customer would not be able to understand what the business is about or how the business is taking its place. You should be able to evaluate the processes as well as help the customer or the client to understand how it is taking place on a productive level. You should also be familiar with all of the steps which are in troubleshooting processes for all kinds of errors and computer issues. So this is considered to be taking as a responsibility. So it is not only just looking into things or just answering the clients or the customers. You should be also be helpful enough in taking up the responsibilities as much as possible. So unless and until you won't be understanding the perspectives plus taking up the responsibility, you won't be able to clearly be fulfilling the role of a help desk analyst. So if you are in a mid-level career, I think these would be helpful for you because you can elevate your career into a professional help desk analyst by acing up these or putting these into practice. So even if you're a beginner, start practicing right from today. And next is going to be about the job roles which are associated with this. So it is not just understanding the business or understanding the process of the administration and then putting out on your mouth. So it is not just a one-way process, it's a two-way communication which has to be taking place. So what are the job roles which are associated with this? Some of them are providing technical support and also various other solutions, which is going to be the prior task or the responsibility that they have to be fulfilling. And the next is test and install computer systems and software, which is going to be the second most important thing. And then you have to maintain records of trends as well as patterns in computer issues. So here you should be also able to report plus document all of that which you are able to work with and also working along. And next is collaborate with senior staff for difficult issues, or if you are bringing up a productive solution or a resolving solution for it. So you should be able to make sure that all the resolving issues or the resolving patterns that you are wanting to implement, all of that needs to be taken up to the senior staff or your team members or whoever is leading the team, so that he or she would be able to understand that you are working in a cardinal manner. Next off, we are heading over to the most important section of the video, which is how a help desk analyst is being paid. With that note, you can just see that on average basis, a help desk analyst in India is paid 3,47,000 per annum. So on a basic level, on a foundational level, now this pay is considered to be a very good go. And if you want to know more details regarding this, consider yourself heading over to Payscale website, so where you can get all of the details very clearly. Now, if you want to know an outlook as to how the career or the professional life of a help desk analyst is going to be like, consider yourself looking at this graph mentioned here. So this graph indicates how your life is going to be from year 1 to year 4 and an immediate leveled up scale of between 5 to 10 years. So eventually, as you inculcate all of the skills and implement them in the organization or the businesses that you are handling upon, so you should be able to make sure that you are handling it in a very effective and a productive manner. It should bring an insightful perspective towards the business or the organization that you are working with. And heading over to how each location is paying their help desk analyst, you can understand in whichever part of India you are in, you can consider yourself, okay, this particular place is paying this much, and when you shift or move to another place or another state in the country, you can also understand how there's a difference of pay, and also it will be depending upon what is the education that you have done plus the skills that you have required. Both of these is taken into consideration. So in Hyderabad, the pay for a help desk analyst is 2,66,000 per annum, and in Bangalore it's 3 lakhs per annum. And here we have come to an end of the video. So these are just a basic outlook of locations. So if you want to know, so if we take on an average basis, it is almost reaching out to the average basis when we have considered the whole country itself. So maximum each location would be paying up, raising up to the average pay itself. So if you are looking forward for more informative videos like this, consider yourself subscribing. And if you have any sort of comments or any sort of suggestions or opinions to make regarding this, feel free to put them in the comment section and I'll be surely reading yours. and do share it with your friends, whoever is looking forward to step into the professional market. And thank you so much for tuning in and staying along.